Since 2003, the Scranton law firm has been a client of Advocate Capital, and today you get to meet Christian Scranton. Well, Christian, let me start by saying thank you for being our customer. We appreciate you.
Well, thanks. I've been very pleased to be a part of working with you as well.
Well, thanks. You know, we talk to a lot of prospective clients around the country, and one of the things they tell us when we first speak to them is the interest pass-through concept kind of causes some concern for them. And they say, you know, I'm concerned that my clients will object to the interest or the borrowing costs being passed through the cases. So if one of your friends told you that, what would you say to them about that concept?
Well, I think we've been working with you for about 10 years, give or take, but I have not had one single client give me any resistance about this. All the clients are happy with the result that they get, you know, the net dollars in their pocket. That is going to always be the first question and most important thing out of any personal injury case that we handle.
Sure.
And again, not once has any client given me any sort of problem or headache about that fact. And if anything, I mean, I try to explain to everyone that this really is a benefit for both the law firm and myself, but for all of our clients, and it allows us to help a greater number of people out there because we don't have that money tied up.
Right.
I don't know how else I can, you know, explain it with greater clarity.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, one of the questions they ask us also, when we call it the most important question, they say, well, how will this impact my client? I'm concerned that, you know, the borrowing costs are going to be a burden to the client. How does this impact your typical client?
It benefits your client. It does not burden them whatsoever. And there's another kind of intangible benefit that I don't think people really understand until they start using it, which is I'm not thinking about it. I'm not worrying about this issue. I'm able to focus on, you know, the case at hand and do the best, you know, make the best decisions on behalf of the client. It really frees up a lot of stress, frankly. You know, when you have your own money involved in the case, it changes the way you think about things because you have a different kind of financial interest in it. When you have the backing of Advocate Capital, it really takes that off the table and allows you to be more objective and do what's best for the client. And again, I can't emphasize what a tremendous benefit that's been and allowing us to just do our job better.
Yeah, well, very well put. Lastly, here's the other thing we hear from people. We say, hey, why do you leave your cash tied up in your cases? And they say, well, I don't need the money, right? What would you say to somebody who says, I would use Advocate, but I don't need the money?
I don't even understand the question. I don't need the money. I can't fathom that idea. Sorry, I don't know. You know, I didn't need the money, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, well, you know, we're like a bank. I have to confess that we don't loan money to law firms that actually need it. So we tell them, well, we're glad you don't need it. We are concerned you might need it. We're there for the firms that understand what it is.
Something happens with my brain where I go, you know, what's enough? Just a little bit more.
Great. Well, hey, Christian, thank you again so much for being our client all these many years. We appreciate you, and we believe in the work that you do in your community every day, serving your clients as they are going up against these insurance companies and corporate defendants. Keep up the great work.
Well, thanks for having me, and this has been a great partnership, and it will continue in the future as well.
Sounds great. Thank you.